Yo, YouTube, what up? It's MellowBanks, and tonight we got a crazy video. So in this video, we're gonna be seeing how the police tracked down a runner that was caught with over 60 guns that came straight from Florida into Ontario. So we're gonna listen to wiretaps, and we're gonna really analyze how the police get you. We're gonna be looking into detail how the police conduct their investigation when it comes to smuggling and stuff like that. So the that were seized were worth over 200 bands, and I also did a little bit more research and found that this was later connected to a larger investigation, basically a RICO case, where 75 people from a gang called the 5 Point Generals were arrested with over 1.2 million in drugs and 78 more guns seized. So we're not going to be looking into the RICO part of this. We're just focused on this one individual case where a Jamaican mango importer was caught with the guns. So I just want to state that I genuinely made this video for educational purposes only. Like, I'm not trying to promote crime in any way. I don't condone crime. I don't condone any crime that happens in this video. I'm literally just doing this to show people things that happen in Toronto that you just wouldn't know about. Like, a lot of people don't know about this right here. And I love crime videos, so you guys can get off my nuts. Let's get into this video, man. Let's get it.
Part 6 is a section of the criminal code that dictates how and what circumstances we, the police, are able to intercept members of the public. With the 5 Point Generals, we could see that their criminality had risen, and once intelligence started looking into them, identifying associates, identifying people at the core of the group, then you start looking at those people specifically.
Suspenseful music is getting to me,
In
bro.
a covert location, Detective Travis Clark listens in.
I was one of the lead investigators in the wire room. Our job in the wire room was to direct surveillance, listen to intercepts as they come in.
Yo, yeah.
We started intercepting communications of certain individuals. One of them was Bill Allison. Bill Allison was an affiliate of many of these 5 Point Generals.
So what time are you? Well, no, am I?
He's speaking to a male in Florida. He was referring to as Biggs.
One Japanese on right
Biggs.
now.
This group spoke patois.
Yeah, these guys are the real yaddies, man.
Completely
Biggs,
different.
everyone knows a man
Understand?
named Biggs.
It was a very hard
I know
patois,
two men named
very
Biggs.
difficult to even understand.
Pick up the Irish mash there.
There was coded language used. There's different
Irish
terms
mash?
for guns, for drugs, for
You guys
money.
are done.
They listen to a call
not Jamaican.
from a car. A meeting is
Just wanna
going
let you guys
down
know that.
between Allison and an unknown male.
Yo, sir. Come, make a right, Paul Lawrence, and meet me at the shoppers. All right, cool.
So I contacted Detective Stein.
Yep. If you're from the city, you know that's Don Mills.
Said we need to
know
see
that's
this
Don
meet. We need
Mills.
to identify who Mr. Allison is meeting with, and advise them that we believe this transaction is going to be down at the shops of Don Mills.
So our surveillance team sets up in that area, and we're waiting for somebody, and we're not sure who it is. So we race to this area, and we actually find them in the parking lot. They acknowledge each other, and then they follow each other in tandem through the lights and down the Donway.
They had guys
and both
set up.
vehicles then turn down this driveway.
Next to these high-rise condos.
Next to these high-rise condos, and one vehicle in front of the other. Both get out, have brief conversation, and the male goes to the trunk of his minivan and takes out a package. He gives it to Bill Allison, he puts it in his vehicle, and I observe all of that.
Bro, this is not no play shit, bro. This is big operations. You gotta be checking your shoulders every 2 seconds, looking out for every car. You can't be meeting up where nobody else in the world is. Like, this is not no good. Like,
Detectives
these old
follow-
men, bro, talking on the phone. Yeah, man, bring the mash them, the chrome ones. Like, these guys are fried.
A man.
I guarantee this is not on no Telegram, no Signal, no none of these apps. I guarantee this is a regular phone call. These
Unknown
guys
to
are
them
fried.
before.
Or maybe it's probably WhatsApp. No
Into his
cap.
driveway, and from his truck he pulls out several boxes of mangoes and puts them in his garage.
At that
Masha.
point is how we identified Harris Poyser in this criminal
Harris
organization.
Poyser. That's the
They
mango
later
importer.
hear what was in that package.
The one them give you Me have way prettiest than that, man. And come one day. Okay, alright.
What we believe and know now is that there was a firearm transaction in between the shops of Don Mills.
As the investigation into this group gathers steam, we realize that these firearms are coming from the United States. They're going to come through the Cornwall border, and they're going to go directly to the streets of Toronto into the hands of criminals.
If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe. Do not be a hater.
When we first identified Harris Poyser, wasn't our typical gun trafficker. He was an older man, he had a family, he had a normal job. I recall it was importing fruit from Jamaica.
It's what he was doing outside business hours that concerned police.
So we went to a Superior Court Justice and provided the information and the evidence we had in relation to Harris Poyser. A judge agreed, and once we started listening to Harris Poyser, it opened up the big picture.
Exactly how you get a warrant. What he just said right there.
Morning, sir. Pleasant good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good.
So we have about 30 depending where right now.
And at that point, then it was almost
Caught
like
red-handed, bro.
Floodgate of calls.
Literally, like, how you go to court and like, what do you
A
say?
surveillance team follows Harris Poyser.
Damn, this is the ends right here, man. This is East End, Scarborough. This is Markham and Milner. See who play right there, right next to SCC. Like, not really right next, like
Harris
5 minutes.
Poyser was meeting two of his associates in this parking lot, and they met roughly in this area here. Harris Poyser parked his vehicle in this spot, and that's the first time we laid eyes on Kamar Cunningham and his associate Kareem Lewis.
Caught him taking
We didn't
photos.
see a whole lot in Kamar Cunningham other
Got
than
him.
he was involved in this network with Poyser.
That day, later, Harris Poyser went on his way, and Kamar Cunningham and Kareem Lewis drove to Cornwall.
Cornwall, Ontario.
Border town in eastern
You
Ontario.
go to Cornwall, make sure you don't blast music, take off your hoodie, you don't smoke, you drive the speed limit, you wear your seatbelt, you just go on easy and you pray to God. They don't get you.
Around 100 kilometers from the capital, Ottawa.
They went to a house on 515 Oliver Lane in Cornwall. And not much on the lines about any pickups, any guns, any drugs coming back, or was it money going to the person at Cornwall?
They pulled on a street where we couldn't get any observations, and then they drove back directly on the highway.
What we didn't realize at that time, there was an exchange of guns that was coming back.
Damn, that's STC, man.
The very next day, Kamar Cunningham met Harris Poyser again in this lot, went closer towards this World's Gym.
Damn.
And although information was coming from the wire room that there was possibly a firearm transaction, we were unable to see anything change hands.
So they got away with 2 shipments before they even really got booked.
Kamar Cunningham
That's crazy.
was then followed back to Mississauga.
Following all the way to Mississauga,
Where
it's got to be
he's
with the
seen
cameras.
carrying
There's no way you're
bags from
driving
his vehicle
behind a man to Mississauga.
and meeting people in and around his condo.
Pick up your Irish mash there.
A call tells them what they missed.
They discussed how the guns weren't good guns.
Which one load? The old one, you want one rusty one, come my brother. That need a load?
Some of them were rusted, some were broken.
Everybody load, brother. No, man, one old rusty one, man. The old...
Man's on the phone complaining about the quality of the bro. That's mad.
But, you know, that was a mistake, but it can load.
It wasn't until later that intercepts told us that 30 firearms exchanged hands that day.
Wherever your border point, crossing point, whether it be Detroit or Cornwall, as easy as you can drive into a location, you know, into a safe house or into a location, those guns are being moved. Obviously for a fee, for a price, but they're being moved very quickly.
The 30 guns were no exception, but a lack of certainty during surveillance meant the team was faced with a choice, and the wrong one could have blown the entire operation.
See, at that point, we can take them down, get those 30 guns. We weren't in that position. It is like a chess game. If we take that shot and arrest them at that moment and there's no guns there, what are we left with?
We were frustrated. We were a bit upset.
That's how you know when they get you, they really get you, bro. They let these guys get away with 30 guns just because they weren't sure. And look what they ended up getting after that.
But it wasn't long after that that we started to receive information that there would be a larger load coming in from Cornwall.
Look at that. They waited for the larger one.
Well, stop. How much did we get? 60, right?
On May 23rd, there was calls coming that there was something coming across the
When
border.
the feds heard this, they said, oh, 60? Oh my God, I'm going to get promoted.
That Biggs had set it up down there.
I don't know. Yeah, I think, yeah. I think I think, yeah.
I assemble our surveillance team and we follow Harris Poyser to Cornwall. We set up observations there and we're waiting. We're waiting to see what Travis is hearing in the wire room.
Trust me. We're supposed to done already because them pretty. Yeah. Everyone.
And at one point, Harris Poyser says very
See
quickly
that
at
right
the end,
there? That's what's getting them knocked, bro. Just extra chat. Like, they're just chatting too much, bro. Talking about it's pretty.
the conversation, he says to Biggs, how are they wrapped? Are they wrapped nicely?
You put them in a plastic bag each? No, man. They must catch up. Them wrap the right way. Them wrap up. Very good.
His response to that was, no, they're all packaged very softly so they don't scratch. At that point, I realized it was guns and not drugs. No one
That's what
cares
they're gonna put in their
scratching kilos of
investigation.
cocaine. I've never heard that term.
That's
but
fried.
scratching new guns, that do you value them? So at that point, I was confident there was 60 guns. Harris Poyser was observed to go to 515 Oliver Lane.
where he backs into a driveway but doesn't get out of the car.
I receive information from another officer
Wow.
that he observes.
Is this, if this is real footage, that's crazy. They got the helicopters watching them thermal.
very large
This gotta
bags
be
going
ham.
into the
That's
trunk
crazy.
of Harris Poyser's car. I relay that information to Travis Clark, and he corroborates the information that he's receiving on the wiretap.
He said there were very heavy bags, just two of them, that went into Mr. Poyser's vehicle.
And from there, Travis
that's the
Clark
definition
is
of getting
confident
caught
enough
red-handed.
to tell us to
Like,
stop the
literally, bro.
vehicle, arrest Poyser for possession of firearm, and seize what is in the trunk. Adrenaline is pumping at this time.
Damn.
We're hoping that
It's
we were
really
right.
cat and
We're hoping
mouse,
that
bro.
What we were seeing,
Police
are
love
firearms
this
in there,
shit.
and we're hoping that the information that Travis Clark
The worst day ever for the criminal is the best day ever for the police, bro.
received was accurate.
Crazy how life works.
Do a
Man.
high-risk vehicle stop of a vehicle.
Bro, the Yachty right now, what he's thinking? No, dog. Me fuck up, dog. My life done, dog. Bombaclad, dog. My life done, dog. Finish. Man, finish, bro. Imagine what you're thinking right here. You get boxed in. You got 60 guns in the trunk. You know, like, bro, they got me. You're done.
Is taken out. without
Worst
any
day of your
incident,
life.
And I go directly to the trunk.
Directly to the trunk. You see them go directly to the trunk. You know what's up. You're done.
I open the trunk, and there's two large duvet packages.
And this is the guy that did it.
And
Look, he's wearing a
inside
suit.
each
He got
duvet
promoted for this.
Is 30 semi-automatic handguns, all different
Damn,
colors,
look at that.
all different sizes.
I might have to
and
block
30
this out.
in
I'm
each
not
bag.
sure. I don't know if I can show this.
It was the single largest seizure of guns in Toronto police history.
I can advise
Damn.
that 60 of the handguns that you see before you today were obtained in a single seizure.
Police arrest one of the men who they say allegedly put guns into hands. Kamar Cunningham.
Mr. Cunningham played a significant role, a primary role on the Canadian side for this. He was responsible for the 60 brought in at Cornwall. Also, there was an additional 30 that had come in prior.
It's estimated that these 60 guns would generate profits of around $200,000.
In partnership with the ATF, investigators track back exactly where and when they were bought from a gun show in Orlando, Florida.
Look at that. They link the US. They track it down to the where it was bought. You're done. Brother, when you get your discovery and you see this, it's like, bro, you just know your life is finished. You know your life is finished, bro. They got you, bro. They went to where you bought the guns, where it came over, where it was transferred over to the guy. The guy got caught with it. You're done. Everyone's done in this situation. Everybody.
That when that is illegally purchased for the purpose of trafficking it and putting it into the hands of a criminal who's going to use that. It was, I believe it was 4 days. So they had to purchase those guns down in Florida, have a driver lined up, get them to the border, have someone take that chance going across the border, get it into the hands of Poyser. And Poyser brings it back and distributes to Kamar Cunningham and another individual who distribute these into the hands of criminals.
There was 40 that were held back because the American suppliers obviously understood that there was an issue and that their contacts had been arrested. They would have found that out very quickly.
It seems like they didn't catch the guys in the
60-year-old
U.S.
salesman Harris Poyser pled guilty to firearms importation and trafficking. He was sentenced to 15 years behind bars. Bill Allison was convicted of firearms
I got 15 years.
trafficking and
Not worth it. Yo, listen, if you're a young boy and you're thinking about being a mule trafficking, my boy got 15 years. He's like 40, bro. This guy looks like he's in his 50s. I forgot what they said. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Harris
He's done.
Poyser
His life
pled
is
guilty
done.
to firearms importation and trafficking. He was sentenced to 15 years behind bars. Bill Allison was convicted of firearms trafficking and sentenced to 6 years. Kamar
How the hell
Cunningham
this
was
guy gets 6 years? He must have ratted.
convicted of firearms trafficking, but he was not there to hear that verdict.
Did a dash. He got up out of there.
Him, I believe it was June 21st, as he returned to Canada from Jamaica. He was given an ankle monitor bracelet. I believe he cut that bracelet off and went missing again. He was in breach of his conditions, I believe, a second time, released a second time. He was put before the courts again and released a third time.
Imagine that. We live in a province where you can get caught with trafficking, right? You get bail, you go on house arrest, you cut your ankle monitor off, you get arrested again, and they let you out again. Then you get caught again, you get let out again.
And that third time, he was convicted in absentia of participating in active as a criminal organization of firearms trafficking and sentenced to 9 years. And he hasn't been seen since that last court appearance.
So he got sentenced to 9 years, and they didn't take him right away. They said, you're sentenced to 9 years, but you can get some time before you actually come to jail. Of course he's dipping. Of course he's out of there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I just remembered, bro. So I checked the description. This guy actually got caught by the U.S. Marshals in Atlanta, Georgia on May 7, 2025. That's the update they put in the description.
They're hoping
so
that
he
making
did get
him
caught
one of
after
Canada's
this.
most wanted,
But he went on the run for a minute.
Kamar Cunningham may or may not be pulling the trigger, but he is definitely putting the firearms in the hands of
So yeah, he did end
people
up getting caught, bro. He was on the Bolo program. He
How
probably had
important is
a lot of
apprehending
money on
Kamar
his head.
Cunningham? Extremely important for the safety
police, I'm
of
saying.
the citizens of Toronto.
Alright, yo. So that was a good video, I think, in my opinion, bro. If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe. Do not be a hater. Yeah, bro. Flood the comments if you think I should do more videos like this. If you find this entertaining. Yeah, bro. That's MellowBanks reactions. I'm out, man. Done, bro.